Well, police in Denver have moved into the camp of the Occupy Wall Street protesters, arresting those who refuse to leave. It comes just hours after a massive standoff that saw pepper spray and tear gas fired into the crowd. And in this footage, we can see police dispersing the crowd of activists. Meanwhile, in the states of Tennessee and California, more than 50 people were arrested when squads swept through their camps, removing tents, tables and other belongings. The movement has already been tested by snowstorms in Colorado, with harsh conditions expected to hit America's East Coast. Protesters in New York are getting ready to withstand blizzards after local authorities stripped them of their power supplies. But as Gary Chichikan reports, neither arrests nor the upcoming winter are likely to shake their determination.
The peaceful nationwide movement that turned violent overnight in Oakland. Police attacked protesters with tear gas, stun grenades, flash bombs and rubber bullets.
We'd been there for weeks. We had been taking care of ourselves. There had been no incidents with the police, and they came in one of the most terrifying shows of force that I've ever seen in my entire life. And they came in and they either flushed everyone out of the camp or arrested them, and then they began to systematically trample all of the tents, cut them apart, and this made people really, really angry.
A former U.S. Marine and Iraq War veteran was seriously injured by a tear gas canister that police fired at him. Footage of the wounded veteran and police brutality spread quickly, the shock of it galvanizing the nation and the Occupy movement across the country. Google says the company received requests from local law enforcement agencies to remove YouTube videos of police brutality. They did not comply.
The stronger the forcible response by the establishment, the stronger the movement will get, the larger the protest will become.
The protesters, through these past 6 weeks, have been careful not to taint the movement's reputation with violence.
By and large, most reports suggest that this movement has been almost entirely peaceful.
But some in the U.S. media used the night of violence in Oakland to portray the protesters as radicals.
And more violence from the occupiers.
A lot of these people are professional agitators.
A good number of these people are radicals, no doubt about it.
You might ask how radical was this elderly woman in a wheelchair who was tear-gassed by police? Or Jasper, father of two, who's working on his PhD at the University of California, Berkeley.
They characterize, the perspective of the movement as marginal and radical and fringe in order to discredit it.
This movement really is about all Americans. It's not just about people that have historically been poor. This is about now, too, the middle class that is starting to feel the impact of corporate greed that has run this country for so long.
As the movement grows bigger and more structured, it's becoming harder to ignore the message of the campaigners who call themselves the 99% and protest against corporate crime and government complicity. Protesters' tents mushroomed throughout the country. There will be more. The movement is only expanding. Several weeks ago, police cracked down on protesters with pepper spray. This week, it was tear gas and stun grenades. Protesters now want to hit big business where it hurts. A general strike next week demanding banks and corporations shut down for a day. But will the police response be an even more brutal crackdown? I'm Ganesh Chekan reporting from Washington, RT.